Hi, kids.
There we are. We're live.
My brother, what's happening?
I'm chilling, man. What's good?
Same shit, different toilet. Hey, real quick, let me get this stuff out of the way. It's Spittin with Spitter. It's a bonus clip, man. We're here tonight. Let me shout out my sponsors real quick. For all your vaping essential needs, go to 822 Nazareth Pike, Lehigh Vapor, and tell them I sent you, man. They'll take care of you. Also, if you're in the market for some CBD, go to Mom and Pop CBD shop at 312 Town Center Boulevard over in Forks Township. Tell them Large Mars sent you. They'll take care of you. But now for my guest. And it's not even like my guest, man. Your family, you know what I mean? Every time we see each other, it's nothing but love. My brother Diabolic. What's happening, baby?
Chilling, man. I'm chilling. Just fucking laying low for the holidays mostly, and now I'm doing a little podcasting appearances, you know? Getting back into the swing of things for this eventful new year.
The only ground rule I have is please don't say anything about my mother.
You got it. You got it. Deal. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know if you could not
I'm
do
half a
that.
beer deep, so I should be on my best behavior. You already know.
Chrissy, what's up, sis? How's things? Just watched your show. Great job.
She looked lovely. Who's Chrissy?
That's family.
Nice. Nice. Good for you. Good for you.
Trying to tell them they got the right one tonight. They have no idea what they're in store for.
You know, I'm probably going to be pretty tame because this is a family show, you know. This is good all-American family TV.
If you would have seen or if you would have heard the 10-minute conversation we had before the show.
Yeah.
Gold.
Yeah.
Pure fucking gold.
We'll get into it though. So what's been good with you, man?
You know, I'm just trying to stay out of the way, mainly of myself.
I know the feeling. I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a big fucking mouth, and I've been getting myself in the way of a lot of things for a long time. I know how you feel.
You know, and ducking and dodging the Ronas.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I try. I don't know. I'm over it though. I gotta say I'm over it. It's been long enough. I'm used to it. It's life now. I don't care.
You know, I American Express my mask. I don't leave home without it. Unfortunately, I hate that shit.
Yeah, it's a little annoying. I gotta rock my fucking spectacles like this when I wear it,
so they don't fog up.
Yeah. It has to be like right on the tip of my shit, like an old fucking grandmother reading. I gotta walk around like that, looking, because they fog right away. If I got them on, they fog right up. It's a mess. It's a disaster. I almost want to get it so I could have that little fucking 3-month window, 3 to 6, whatever it is, window of not giving a shit, you know?
Right.
Kinda
and you'll be okay.
Around. Yeah, like, then I can walk around like I own the place, you know? But
I had talked to a couple people this morning, and how do you know Diabolic?
It was probably through his Backspore shit, right?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
It's probably one of those shows. It was
one of those shows somewhere.
Allentown or Quakertown or some Pennsylvania destination.
It was Quakertown. The first time I met all the Dead Rabbits, it was you, Grim, Nightwalker, and Tab.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, we were at Joe Show's house.
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting all fucked up.
Grim came into the bar with a ball-peen hammer.
Yeah. He used to carry that fucking thing around. He used to carry it on his waist. I let him jump on my back and fucking try to rear naked choke me. He jumped on my back like a spider monkey that night upstairs in the studio room. I had to pry his little fucking arms off my neck, little bastard. I let him. He's like, "You'll let me try?" He's like, "Fuck it." Right away, he just boom. He jumped up real quick. He was like hanging off my fucking back. I was like, "You little motherfucker." He had a grip for a second there, though. Little son of a bitch.
Pizzo chiming in. What's good, famo? I got my popcorn for this shit.
Pizzo, what's up, Pizzo? It's been a long time.
Absolutely.
So
That's
where are these comments coming from? YouTube, Facebook?
Facebook.
It's funny because I always go live on Instagram and shit. I've never gone live on Facebook.
It's different.
Is it?
Yeah, it's different.
It's
It's
a little bit.
it's all the same premise. Don't get me wrong, but it's different.
Yeah, because it's like you see the feed running on Instagram. I kind of feed
Right
and just bullshit.
So now on this little platform, all my comments are coming up to the right of me, and
right.
I can pull them up like Brett Brown. That's the guy that runs the CBD shop.
Nice.
So I could pull that up. What's up, Brett? You know, Facebook is good for viewers. Diabolic is good for viewers.
I'm suspended on Facebook right now, actually.
Listen, you get suspended on everything. What'd you do?
No, it's fucking algorithm bullshit. I was talking to my homegirl. She lives down south now, but she's from like a couple towns over. And we were talking about the Capitol shit, just bullshitting about it on comments. And then at the end of it, you see me just not thinking because we're fucking chopping it up. I go, yeah, whatever. I'm from Huntington. You're from Northport. I'll beat you up. This is my homegirl. I've known her for like fucking 15 years.
Right.
Boof. I come back, I don't know, a couple hours later to fuck around. You're suspended for 7 days. Threat of physical violence. Nobody reported me. They just decided you can't talk like that.
How did they jam your algorithms up on you? Because I noticed they did that shit on YouTube too for you.
Oh, I mean, YouTube is different because nothing happened on YouTube. YouTube, from what I understand, just with like the YouTubers I watch that are more politically geared, after the 2016 election, everything changed.
Right.
Like it all changed because they they don't like fucking Donald Trump. So they saw his effect on the social media and the YouTubes and the traction that the people that would cover the stuff were getting. So they I don't know how they do this computer geek shit, but they changed the algorithms to gear the search engine and the suggested videos and all these things towards mainstream outlets, the Fox, the CNNs, the MSNBCs, all this stuff, the approved news networks,
Right.
And we all just kind of got caught up in the mix of it all, because I noticed it even like when I'm just watching videos, right? It used to, if I was watching one guy talking about, I don't know, any topic, climate change, say, right? You would see a bunch of other YouTubers, random ass people, most who get decent views, discussing a similar topic. You'd have a bunch of them. But now if you look in your suggested videos below, it's a whole bunch of shit you've already watched. It's a whole bunch of people you already watch. You never get suggested new people on the same topic or a different view on the same topic. The whole thing's different, which musically translates to, if somebody searches a Jedi Mind Trick song, they're not getting a Diabolic song underneath anymore. If they search an Immortal Technique song, they're not getting a Diabolic song underneath anymore.
Right.
So,
and
we're just victims of circumstance, on there.
And to me, that was crazy.
I'm definitely getting throttled on Instagram though, because I'm on the naughty list on there.
I've seen that. Matter of fact, me and you were both talking about that night you were on IG Live.
Yeah,
because you went from like a ridiculous amount of people watching your live to
now the lives are the only things that don't suffer.
Really,
the lives are doing fine. Like I go in there, there's more than ever. But dude, I put up a picture. You know your numbers. I'll see like what I usually get for something.
Right.
And generally, I'll get anywhere from like 500 to 1,000 likes or something, and it's quick. A lot of it happens fast. You put up a picture within like a few minutes, you got 100 people on there because they all saw it. And then if I had a story, if I put something in my story, I'd get anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 views per picture on a story.
Right
now, it's down to I'm getting maybe 250 likes tops and 300 or 400 views on a story. I see it. It's because they fact checked me one day. on some vaccine shit. I think I posted something about vaccines. It's funny because they fact checked me, and the fact check said exactly what I said. That's the funniest thing about it. It said what I said within the fact check. And then ever since then, it's been a couple weeks of that. It usually goes away, then comes back, but who knows? Things are getting fucking funny on the internet lately, so I don't know. You know?
It's crazy, man. Like, we have a comment. Steph, what's up? She said, "Did you try Clubhouse yet?" I haven't, but I know a lot of people move there. I did not try Clubhouse. I have no desire to try anything else. I do not like change.
I'm gonna have to. Apathy actually just sent me an invite to that.
Right.
He's swearing. He's like, you got to get on there.
For you, it makes sense.
I
You know what I mean? Well, I mean,
I
for me, maybe
we'll
down
out.
the road it makes sense. You know?
I don't quite know exactly what it is. He explained it a little bit. I guess it's audio. You're talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it'll have a profile picture of you, and you have an audience.
I guess.
Watching a conversation amongst people. And then I guess there's some level of etiquette to it. You can't be like talking over each other because that'll confuse the whole thing. Because I guess it lights up your name and your picture when I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'll give it a whirl and see what happens, you know?
Hey, 1 second before we go any further. If Jackie, if you are watching this, can you come upstairs, please, and grab this 100-pound dog that is being terrorized by this kitten in where I'm at right now? It is wildness going on. Yeah. Yo, my son brought home this kitten. He's literally 2 pounds, and he is an ninja assassin.
Yeah, he's a murderer, right?
He's a murderer. My dog weighs 100 pounds, and the kitten doesn't get it. I'm like, I don't know why you guys are doing this.
Yeah, and big dogs like that, they're just like, they'll just get out of here, dude, you know? Yeah. Come on. Get the fuck out of here, you little fuck.
Basically. Yeah. But hold on, I did miss a comment that I wanted to pull up from Piz. He said, "I heard Quali's grandkids follow you on Twitter."
Probably.
Can we talk about what happened?
What, with Quali?
Yeah.
Oh boy. How'd that?
I think you are his number one. I think Quali is your number one fan. If I said that right.
He's very upset with me. He's upset and he's also obsessed. But he you know, like, all right, before I got into it with Quali, I wasn't a big Twitter guy. Like, I'd go on there and just talk shit about things, fuck around here, there, you know. But I wasn't really, you know, super active with it. I wasn't in there. And but I had followed him at the time because I followed a bunch of people, you know. And what's it called? I was watching my son one day, and I was sitting outside drinking coffee. It was like 9 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. Mm-hmm. And I'm going through the fucking Twitter feed, just fucking around looking. And I see him going on one of his fucking tirades about God knows what. You know, it had something to do with white people and hip hop. And, you know, if you don't, when you're inexperienced with Quali, you see these things and you're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? You know? So I'm reading it. And I had made a comment to it. I replied to whatever he was saying. And I was like, yeah, why you engage people like this, man? You know, like it seems a little reckless the way you talk, you know? He's like, I'll talk however the fuck I want, this, that, and the third, bitch. And I was like, oh, it's like that. So I was like, yo, so basically I replied, you know, I got your bitch right here. I'll fuck you up. Watch your mouth. You just got off tour with my whole crew. And you refused to go on tour with them. You said it was the most violent tour ever. You better watch your fucking mouth when somebody fucking pops you, bro. Watch your mouth. Then it just spiraled out of control. Like, you know, instantly went fucking 0 to 60. We were on there for 2 hours just talking shit. And then it just kind of went on here, there, like that. And, you know, traditionally people back down to him because he's got a big following on there. Right. And when you go at him, you get a lot of fucking trolls from his page coming up, popping shit to you and kind of harassing you more or less. But I'm a fucking dick. And I will under no circumstances back down to people, particularly on the internet. It's the fucking internet. You're not going to pussy out on the internet. That's crazy. So I would just keep going and keep going and keep going. And I just kept trolling him. I just kept fucking with him and breaking his balls. I would tease him. I would just make fun of him all day. And it got ridiculous. Then he wrote that fucking article, White Privilege in Hip Hop, right? And he was actually pretty friendly towards me in that article. He gave me he kind of said I was just misguided, you know what I'm saying? And then I told him to go fuck his mother, and I was like, you fucked up. So I made that diss track. I came back a few days later with it when I could find it, because none of the sites would post it. They were all kind of like being pussy because they know how he reacts.
Right.
But all hip hop posted it, and then it took on a life of its own. It kind of went viral for the weekend. And then that's when he started calling me a Nazi white supremacist. After I dropped the diss record, I became a Nazi white supremacist, you know. And then it went on.
I'm really trying not to laugh. I don't.
And then it's just it was basically just me being a troll from then on, just teasing him, making fun of him and shit. It's just, he's a very sensitive young man, He's very sensitive. He's got a lot of feelings, But I don't subscribe to his version of politics at all.
Right.
Like, not even a little bit, like, I'm not a big fan of leftists. I know in this day and age, it makes people assume, oh, you're a right wing. No, I'm not that either. But I'm definitely not a fucking leftist, like Marxist, like he is. And I've always said, like, somebody in his position, and I've said this to him on numerous occasions, I'm like, yo, what you're doing is destructive. You claim to try to be helping, but you're just perpetuating something to hold your position. You're full of shit. I was like, because there's nothing positive that could come out of a fucking black leader telling a bunch of little black kids that there's an unstoppable boogeyman that's holding them down. I was like, there's nothing positive that could come out of that. Right. I was like, what's positive is, like, I grew up playing football. That shit didn't matter. We were black kids, white kids, fucking Puerto Rican kids on a football team. If there's something you run through it. And it's like, you got to find a way through it. I just always felt like it was kind of destructive, his methodology. But then again, he's also a fucking clown who's doing it for a fucking paycheck. So I don't expect him to be genuine,
I mean, for those that are just tuning in and don't know Diabolic, he's the farthest thing from a white supremacist Nazi. Like, him and his entire entourage embraced me with open arms in the most loving, genuine, caring manner. And up until the point that I met y'all, it was nothing but, these guys are dangerous and you could be putting yourself into a compromising position.
Yeah, we're a bunch of jerks. Sure.
From Nightwalker to Tad to Grim, you know what I mean? All you.
Yeah. It's people make assumptions these days on the internet,
Right.
There's what do they call it? Gaslighting. People just like to change the argument as they see fit,
Yeah.
Oh, you destroyed me on a diss track. You're a Nazi white supremacist. I gotta try to shut you down now. Unfortunately for him, I don't give a fuck. You're not gonna stop me. I'll just laugh at you and keep going.
Stephanie would like the link to the diss track.
It's on my YouTube. It's Diabolic Inequality, but I used his name, like INEKWELITY.
There you have it.
I mean, it made him upset. It made him very upset when I did that.
For those of you that also don't know, Diabolic not only is a personal friend of mine, but a supreme wordsmith and will smash your face off with bars. Just saying.
I mean, that's the battle raps were always a forte. They were always. I always liked doing that shit. Just writing fucking shit talky, type of bars. I don't even know how to classify them. What do you even call braggadocious, bullshit, spaced out, wordplay shit? I don't know. I don't even know what you call that.
I love my peoples are chiming in. Let's just get into the Just Allah too, since we're here.
Just Allah. See, you know what? Quali's got a fucking good argument right now. I go from Quali to Just Allah.
And you are a white supremacist Nazi in both cases.
I guess so. Well, Just is a funny case, man. Because honestly, in my interactions, which aren't a lot, but we've done some shows together, some big shows, some Jedi Mind Trick stuff when he was back working with them before he had a falling out.
Mm-hmm.
And we always got along. We drank beers, smoked some weed, fucking had a good time, bullshit. He's friends with a good friend of mine with Nightwalker. Like when he goes
Right.
out to Chicago, I mean, even through this little beef we had, he chilled with Walker out in Chicago. Walker, took care of him out there.
Mm-hmm.
Walker said to me, he's like, you're not going to feel weird if I'm like, I said, no, I don't give a fuck. I'm not like, what am I, a junior high girl? I don't give a shit.
Right.
You guys are friends, I don't give a fuck, So you don't kind of beat him up for me or something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like,
Absolutely.
we were always cool, but, knowing Just Eli's track record, you see the way he speaks about people. He's made lists of people. He's always talking shit on the internet about one or the other, Vinny, or he was talking about Esoteric and Apathy. These are all guys I'm cool with. I'm friends with them. And, I kept my mouth shut, to each his own. You guys got your personal issues. But he was working on a project. Actually, Jack was on that interview I did with Miss Anthropic.
Right.
Jack Progresso. And Jack is somebody I've known for a long time. He's not from Long Island, but he spent a lot of time down here as we were coming up, working with this kid RC who had a label. So I've known Jack a long fucking time. And Jack's super nice. And he's always been slept on heavily. I've always kind of felt like he never really got the credit he deserved and didn't get enough looks. And then him and Just were doing a project called Dark Plug, because they're both like dark. They're rapping about murders and crazy shit, psycho stuff. So I was like, oh, it's a good fucking look for Jack. Me and Nightwalker had spoken about it, and we're like, oh shit, that's awesome. Jack's gonna get some light. It'll be a good project. Him and Just can do some good stuff. It'll be cool. Then, like fucking clockwork, one day I go on to Facebook and Just Eli's sitting there talking shit about Jack. About how Jack's this, Jack's a fucking racist, this and that. And I'm like, and now I'm starting to feel like, wait a minute. You talking about Apathy or Esoteric or Vinny, they got their own platforms if they want to respond to you. But Jack's a little lower on the totem pole. And that's not taking anything away from him, but he doesn't have as big a fucking platform.
Right.
And it's like you're going to almost try to like pile drive him out of the way. And these things aren't true. What you're saying is some bullshit. It's typical what you do. You constantly have beef with people you work with, is the way I felt. Mm-hmm. So I just wrote something. I said, this guy's a fucking clown. And then it went on from there, And then I guess I was up at DJ Eclipse. Yeah, rap is out of control. DJ Eclipse is serious shit. And I spit like a 60-bar verse. And I threw a little shot at him in there. I don't know. Then a couple weeks later, he came with that diss track, and then I dropped mine. And then the kids ran with it after that,
So I watched the interview. Mags posted the interview because Mags is another troll god.
Yeah, he's a fun dude. He's a silly dude. He's a big. I had
no idea you were going to be on it, and I'm watching Just go off, and here you come, and then here he is. I'm like, oh, here we go. And I'm watching this shit, and I'm just like, yo, what? Why? Just all this could be avoided.
It should have been avoided, but people are going to be who they are. I'm in no position to tell Just how to act or how to feel towards people. I'm not, as much as I could say I am, but I'm not. He has if he feels justified popping off about people like that, then he's going to do what he's going to do. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to address it and call you a fucking dick for it,
Right.
It got a little wild on there when it got a little heated, but it ended up in a decent place and ended up cooling off.
I'm glad. I'm glad cooler heads prevailed, even though I did enjoy the back and forth banter.
It was fun. It was funny. It was fun. The kids wanted that. They needed to see it. But then again, a lot of people, I read some of the comments, they're like, oh, I'm really glad this ended well, and da-da-da-da. Which is good. We showed our age there. That's one thing I noticed. We showed our age. We went 0 to 60 and we're like, yeah, fuck you. But then by the end of it, we were like, oh, I'm fucking tired, man. Let's just mellow out and fucking not beef no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got real pumped up and ran out of gas. We were like, fuck it.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun.
And yes, there was a lot of age being showed for that reason, and I thought that shit was hilarious. That's just me though, but that's because I know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know, like, if somebody attacks you with words, good luck. Pack a lunch. You know what I mean? Like,
it's difficult though, like especially with the internet stuff. It's like we were, a lot of it's we're talking over each other, and it can be a fucking can't really do that if you want to get anywhere. It just turns into a shitstorm.
Yeah. The first thing that I've learned doing this whole podcast thing is not to read the comments. Right. I try to stay away from that. And it's funny that you brought up Vinny Paz. I interviewed Gene Borello. Mm-hmm. I guess he's a ex-mafia, whatever. But somebody in the comments said, "Who is this broke Vinny Paz looking interviewing Gene Borello?"
I like it.
Me too. It's funny. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to read any more comments, but I'll take that one because I rock with Vinny as well.
Right. That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
I read them sometimes. I get a kick out of it. Dude, I've always noticed like a lot of fucking artists don't interact with the fans much.
Not at all.
They do not get in. They don't argue with them. They don't fucking say what's up. They don't say, "Oh yeah, dope." They don't do nothing. And I'm like, why? The fuck?
What do you have
can't
to
do it with everybody, but the fuck, mix it up with them, man.
Yeah.
I also don't think I'm shit either, anyway. So it doesn't, who the fuck am I? Whether I'm selling some records and not here and there, but who the fuck am I, dude? I just fucking cracked the code to get to the bottom of the totem pole. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm at the king of the game. Who the fuck am I? I hate that shit though. I see a lot of artists, they act real high post, and I'm like, I don't know.
We're all human and bleed the same blood. Like, that shit never made sense to me. I think Mag said it the best when he was like, Diabolic sells more than both of us put together. So what is there to talk about?
I was glad Mag fucking pulled his card with that. I appreciate that one. That's a good look. I mean, I do okay. I got a rabid base of fans,
Absolutely. We got
fans I do have,
We got a ton of comments coming in, and we've just been talking. She said, "Oh my God, I just went to watch. That was fire."
Nice.
James, who is that's family to me, would like to know what's your take on the Snoop M situation.
I don't know what Snoop M situation.
Right. A couple of us live under a rock.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard about it, but I have no idea.
So basically, the gist that I caught of it was Snoop saying M wouldn't be where he's at if it wasn't for Dre, and he's not in like the top 10 lyricist conversation. If I'm wrong, somebody out there in the feed, please correct me.
Is that I mean, is that what it is? So that's what it is. He wouldn't be where he is without Dre.
Right.
And he's not in the top 10 lyricist conversation.
Right.
The first part, I mean, you never really know because he could have done something else that was big.
Right.
But I would lean towards he's probably right. Dre was because Eminem, keep in mind, Eminem had a lot of offers on the fucking table. At the time, Boot Camp was looking at every fucking label under the sun wanted a piece of his ass. He chose Dre when Dre approached him because it was a smart fucking move. And
that's a whole machine behind you.
And Dre's got a good sound for him. It's like a good place for him to be, going out west and going that route. I would probably tend to agree with that. As far as top 10 lyricists, Snoop has no business discussing lyricism at all, whatsoever.
That's what my thought on it. Exactly.
Snoop Dogg isn't in the top 1,000 lyricists ever.
No.
Period. He's not. Snoop is. Eminem is definitely in the top 10 lyricists. Definitely, without a doubt.
I don't think there's a question about it.
That's just him hating or something. I don't know. Maybe they got a personal issue. That's just crazy talk. Modern Eminem music, can't stand it. Can't
Nah.
stand it for myself. But I'm also, you know, I'm not a youngster, so I don't know. He's making like movie fucking credit music now. But, you know, but lyrically, he can still get busy, you know?
He does so many different things with his wordplay. I can't listen. I have a real hard time. Let me rephrase. It's a real tough listen for me to listen to Eminem now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Occasionally he'll pop out with one where I'm like, yeah, this is kind of fire. Occasionally.
Right.
It's like 1 out of 20, though.
And it's got to be, you know what I mean? Like, I've heard all the next level stuff he can do. I've heard the 4 billion words a minute. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not taking anything away from that because two things. I can't do it, and you're a different level of talent to do that. I completely understand that. But at the same time, if I'm listening to music, that's not exactly what I'm tuning into.
Right. I'm
you.
with
Know what I mean?
100%.
And but as far as Snoop saying, like, Doggy Style, I think Doggy Style was top notch for him in that era.
Oh, it was great. It was amazing.
No question about it. But what have you done since?
Yeah, but he was never a rapper's rapper either. He sounded cool. And he had a good rap. He had like a good storyline going. He had like a good charisma and character, but his voice, everything, he sounded like it sounded cool. He made good fucking songs.
Right.
You know, his music was song-based music. You weren't checking Snoop to hear some mind-blowing bars, you know?
No, not at all. He was an entertainer.
The only verse of Snoop's that I really like was like, whoa, I love this shit, was fucking Deep Cover, maybe, you know? Maybe.
Right.
Just because of how he came off on it, you know?
But since we're here, who's in your top 10 lyricist category? I don't care what order. I don't care all time. Like, if you were to say who the lyricists are.
Yeah.
Nick Solomon from A-Town said, "What up, Violet?"
What up, Nick? Damn. Probably throw G-Rap in there. Big L. Probably throw Eminem in there. Old Eminem. Old Cannabis, probably. Late 90s, 2000s Cannabis.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
Where's Black Thought land with you? Is he up there?
He'd be in there somewhere. I love Black Thought.
Me too. He's so different. I don't know if it is. Do you think Black Thought gets slept on?
Nah. People are always fun. People keep saying that, but everybody seems to be saying it while they're giving him props. I'm like, what are you talking about? Every shit's popping off. He does some song or a verse or whatever the fuck he puts out. Everybody's like, holy shit, Black Thought's amazing. Maybe he did at a point. I don't know.
Right.
I'm not sure.
What about Royce?
I'm trying to think who else. I don't think I'd put him in there. I'd probably put these lists, man. They're tough, dude. It's tough to make a list. Yeah,
I hate the word list.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's so fucking final. It's so absolute, you know?
Right. Oh, Piz said, what about Taboo lyricist wise? Taboo is a monster.
Yeah, he's terrible. Don't ever listen to that guy. He sucks. No, my man Taboo's nice. Yeah, he's mad.
Yeah. James said, what about Nas?
Yeah, Nas could sneak in there probably. He probably could. Yeah, it's like, but there's so many. If I really trying to think.
If we're sitting here digging, I don't have time for that. I don't have a time for a mental dig into a list tonight.
Okay. I can't even. Now I'm like drawing a blank on who are rappers I like. I don't even know. I can't name one. I'm like, what the fuck?
KRS-One.
Nah.
I
was never a fan of KRS myself.
Thank you. Me neither. I don't think don't take me wrong. He's not. I'm not saying he's not dope. He's just not my cup of tea.
He's made some good joints, you know, like there's joints I liked, but I was never a big fan. Plus, he's a dick. as far as my experience with him. So I was like, fuck him. He'll never get on my list. Fuck that.
Oh my God.
He was a dick. He was a dick.
No. I looked at a comment before I'm pulling it up, and I know what's about to happen.
What do we got? Nino Bless. Nah, he's a bum. He's a bum. He's also a short Puerto Rican. You can't trust him. He might cut you. Nah, that's my man. He's nice too.
That's why I said I know what's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now we've been fucking breaking each other's balls for years.
You know what? And Nino's another one that I talk to a lot, and genuine love for the dude for take music away from it, right? And just like you, take music outside of it and just the relationship. You know what I mean? Yeah. Genuine, solid.
Me and him been friends shit for like 17, 18 years. Back when he was called Question back in the day. And it's funny because, you know, we'll talk about music and shit here and there. But dude, most of the time we chop it up. We're talking about like the Mets and the Jets being fucked. Because we're both Mets and Jets fans, and we're just sitting there. Mostly about the Mets we're talking about, because, you know.
You guys just don't even talk about the Jets anymore?
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Yeah, I'm a Raiders fan. I understand.
They're better than the Jets. Way better.
Listen,
way brighter future too.
Well, yes, but you know, it's like 40-year-olds in a fist fight. We start off strong for that first minute and a half.
Minute and a half. Holy shit. I'm trying to go 4 or 5 punches tops. If it's not over in 4 to 5 swings, I'm fucking hoping somebody jumps in and cheats. Fuck that. Minute and a half. You fucking crazy? Have a heart attack.
The first minute, I'm just eyeing you up.
Yeah. I might stand there for a minute. Looking like, do I really want to do this?
Nah.
Really feel like fucking fighting again? Fuck. Even when you win, you break your knuckles and shit. You fucking bust your shoulder up a little bit. Your back hurts.
I have no business doing any of that at my age. No, thank you. I want no problems.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Because you know it's fucked up. The adrenaline will kick in and you won't feel nothing for a while. You'll come out of that like, oh my God, why did I do that?
This is the worst experience ever.
Yeah, this was the bad decision. I immediately regret doing this. I got into a little scrap like 6 months ago. And I whooped some ass. I was proud of myself at first. And then I started walking and I was like, oh, fuck, man. What the fuck did I do? I'm pulling out like my rotator cuff or something is feeling all fucking torched. What did I do? Oh, I'm not. I said to myself right after, I was like, I'm never doing that again. That's the last one. I'm retired.
Yeah. No, thank you. I want no parts of that.
And that shit hurt for like 3 weeks.
I believe it. I'm too old for that shit.
It's probably damaged right now. I don't even know. I probably wrecked the thing. I probably shredded cartilage or something in there. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows?
One question I did have for you, and this isn't, like I said in the description, this isn't a normal Spittin' with Spitter. This isn't an interview. You can see we're just up here shooting the shit. What's your take on the streaming era and how music has adjusted from physical copies to digital to streaming platforms to being able to get whatever you want wherever you want?
I think it gets a bad rap to some extent. You know, because you can still do physicals. I still get them off, you know, especially autograph and shit and bundles and stuff like that still move, you know. Where you package up a vinyl, a CD, maybe throw a tape in there or a fucking t-shirt and a hat. You could charge $100 for the whole fucking thing. You could do pretty good. You sell 100 of those, that's fucking 10,000. You know, you do all right. You make a couple bucks, you know.
Right.
So you still have the option to do physicals, but more on a smaller scale boutique level, which can give it the allure that attracts people to buying it. And as far as the streaming goes, dude, I'm making more money off music than I did before streaming. Right. I'm doing better than I did when I needed a label more, you know, now that I've access to do it all myself and collect all the money myself. Plus there's fucking 50, 60 different streams of revenue.
Yeah.
So I can't say it's all bad. I know a lot of artists, you know, we were discussing this on the shit with Joss on there at the end, where it's like, you know, the filter isn't there. That's the only thing. Right. But who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Really? I don't give a fuck. What does that have to do with what I do, really, if I think about it? But other people are there. They're not going to find you. Yeah, but it's not like people go through fucking, you know, every fucking piece of music on Spotify looking, oh man, which one should I listen to today? Oh, I'm going to take this guy. They have to sift through all of them. They're looking for who they're looking for. It's on you via social media and stuff to set yourself apart and get people to check for you. That's the hard part, really, more than anything. Is the marketing, which is the same as ever, you know.
Mm-hmm. I'm laughing because I know what's coming next.
Uh-oh.
This reminds me when you punched that ass clown from the stage with the mic in your other hand at Sporty's in Allentown.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't have the mic. It was because of the fucking... It was, who was rocking? J.O., Ghetto MC. I don't know if Ren was there that night, Ren Thomas. But it was, I think Ad-Lib was there. I think, you know, it was like a Sensi Star set.
Right.
And I'll never forget that because you know how Sporty's is set up. You got the bar in the front, then you got the doorway, and you go into the back room, and that's where the stage room is.
Right.
So I'm up at the bar, I'm just drinking, and this kid was in there, and he was being a fucking belligerent dick the whole night. He was like a local kid. He wasn't there for the show or nothing. He was like fucking with chicks and like just being a belligerent drunk dick. And him and his friend are sitting there, and I'm getting a pitcher of beer to bring back there. And I hear him go to his boy, oh, I'm gonna go back there and fuck with them while they're rapping, these fucking rappers. I'm gonna go fuck with them, thinking he's a tough guy or something. So I grabbed my pitcher of beer and followed him right over there. And I was just standing there drinking out of the pitcher. I was drinking fucking beer right out the pitcher, watching him, waiting because he went right up by the stage, you know. And you know how the stage is like one of those, what's it, about 2.5 feet, you know?
Yeah.
And he's standing right by the stage. And I think it was J.O. And he goes to grab the mic out of J.O.'s hand. And I grabbed him, I horse collared his ass. I grabbed him right by the back of his collar and was like, nope. And I fucking swung his ass off there. I was like, yo, you don't do that. Right. Like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't do that here. And he's all fucked up. So he's like, yo, shut the fuck you, bro. You don't fucking touch me. It's funny. I still have the fucking security footage from that night in my fucking email. They sent it to me. And fucking, and the kid goes, and he points at me, goes, no, I'll fuck you up. And I go like this. I'm like, oh, yeah? I smile at him. I'm like, yeah? And then I real quick, I like from my waist, like Roy Jones style, from my waist, I was just like, bang. I just fucking jabbed him, popped him like a warning shot in the fucking face and made him stumble back. And his boy ran the fuck out. He started jumping up and down. He's like, you just hit my friend. You just hit my friend. And he ran away to go get his other friends and shit. And then
James, not to cut you off, Diabolic, but James, we were there that night, and I was outside.
Yeah. You were definitely there that night.
We were all there. It
turned into like It turned into like a little. It wasn't nothing really because I just popped him in his mouth and nothing really happened. It was just some words. And fucking Lenny fitted low. It fucking went buck wild for a second, threw some beers at him and shit. But I'll never forget, that shit was fucking funny. Because my experiences with police have generally not been very good.
Right.
But I'll never forget, the cops came in. Because that kid ended up going outside and wiling out. And the cops ended up arresting him. And the cop came in. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm like kind of playing the cut. Lights come on for a second, and I'm like, oh, shit. Uh-oh. And the cop goes, oh, have a good show, guys. Good night. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And he walks the fuck out. We're in there smoking weed and shit, chilling. He's like, all right, guys, have a good show. Glad everything worked out.
Thanks, pal.
You know, music comes back on. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? In the Twilight Zone, you know?
Yeah. You know, but up there, we would never go to a show to cause trouble. At all.
No.
Not at all. But I'll tell you what.
I just happened to overhear that kid say it, so I followed him. And I was
Right.
keeping an eye on him. I was like, let me keep an eye on this fucking idiot. I was like, let him try some. I'm gonna smack him, you know? And
It's
he did,
always
lo
that
and
one.
behold, he did. Who knew? That shit was funny though. I wasn't even rocking that night. I was just out there chilling.
I talked to the cop that night. I was the promoter, Nick.
Oh, there's Nick. There he is. Fuck it. You remember that? That shit was funny. I'm glad it didn't ruin the show because
It could have turned bad.
I've never really fought at shows like, and there's been opportunities. You know how it goes because sometimes people get crazy. But I've always tried to maintain very, very peaceful demeanor at shows. Try to break the shit up because you don't want to fucking alienate yourself from venues. You know,
Right.
you get a bad reputation doing that. It was fun though. They named a drink after me. That
Diabolic, I can't hear you, bro.
Hold
there
up.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nah. Somebody just tried to call me. It was fucking Nightwalker. He's trying to fuck us over. See this guy?
Why am I not surprised?
He probably sees us on here and he's like, let me fuck these guys over.
One time.
Piece of shit.
One of the dopest shows I've ever been a part of. That's word from Joe Show's couch.
Nice.
I remember the first time the 610 boys asked me to come out to Sporties, man, and rap and do the rappity rap.
I love that place, dude. I love
that.
It
Was dope, bro.
It was fucking great. You had pictures of beer. It was like a cross between a dive shithole and a good venue. It was beautiful. It was fucking beautiful. I loved it. Always had good time, you know.
Jackie wants to know what's in the drink.
Jackie, what's in the drink? It was bullshit. It was such a I forget what it was, but I don't know why they named this drink after me, but it had peach snaps in it. I don't know what the fuck it was. I'd have to find the bartender. I'm friends with her on Facebook. I'd have to ask her. She would know. She would know better than me. It had some peach shit in it though. I was like, why'd you do that? I would never drink that. You know, like should have just named it like it should have been a whiskey on the rocks or something.
Right? Just a couple shots in a glass.
Yeah. Just throw a couple shots in a glass, maybe some ice. That's it. Or a vodka tonic or something. Something, you know, manly. You made some sweet girl drink for me.
I just want to give everybody that's watching a heads up. Throughout this entire show, I've been doing nothing but getting attacked from both ends. I'm getting stepped on by the dog, and the 2-pound cat is trying to claw my legs off.
Nice.
This is the time of my life. It's
fucking
wonderful.
Cat's a troublemaker, huh? So what, your son just brought home an alley kitten? Oh, he's a little guy. Look at that guy.
He's tiny.
Yeah,
Tiny.
Look at him. He's cool, though.
Yeah,
You
he's
won't have
awesome.
any vermin in the house. You won't have any bugs and vermin. That's good. Kill anything. They'll kill them all.
It was one of my son's friends, and they couldn't keep him. Probably because they seen the assassin in him before we did.
Right.
So.
Right. That'll do
it. The first time I held him, he tried to scratch my eyes out. Everybody thought it was funny. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny when Dad gets attacked, right?
Yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah.
Diabolic, what's next for you? What's next for you, including this whole COVID shit? How are you maneuvering through this nonsense? And I'm not saying COVID's nonsense. I'm saying for an artist standpoint, with going out on tour and packing out shows, stuff like that.
I don't miss it one bit. I'm glad that's over. I like touring, but I'm kind of over it.
Right.
You know, because I got my son full time. You know, his mother had some problems for a while, but she's finally got his shit together. That's why he's actually over her house now. And you know, but I still have him 5 days a week for school. So if I tour, it's more summer stuff, you know, where it's easier to maneuver with him because he's not in school. So just the road life, I like it sometimes. It's fun, you know, getting out on the road with your boys, fucking around, doing shows. You make some money. It's good. But I'm fucking sick of it. So I really don't miss it. You know, it was becoming just a money thing that you did. There wasn't a whole lot of love for it aside from seeing people you haven't seen in a while when you go places you know people.
Right.
For me, I got music. I got like an album pretty much done, like 80% done. I've been kind of slacking on the last end of it because I'm just unenthusiastic because life is boring lately, you know, a little bit.
Right.
But and I've just been lazy about it. But I got a record coming. I'm thinking about honestly getting into the podcast world a little bit.
I think you should, for the simple fact that how entertaining your Saturday night drunk diabolic IG live is.
Yeah, doing it a little more professional than that, you know, a little more, but same premise. Just
Right.
shooting the shit, and then you know bringing guests in and stuff like that, and doing you know same shit you're doing, similar stuff, you know, kind of do it, but you know, I haven't pulled the trigger on it because I'm kind of fucking lazy, to be honest with you. I have all the equipment. I bought everything I need for it, and it's sitting in a box. Brand new GoPro, got the whole shit going. You know what it is? The biggest thing that gets to me is like for the video side of it. If I want to edit it, I got to teach myself how to.
Right.
And it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I just procrastinate. I'm an epic procrastinator, so I procrastinate my way into just not doing it for a while. And I'll eventually pull the trigger on it though, and then make it like a routine. Because it can be lucrative. It can be lucrative, and it's stupid to like waste, you know, opportunity that you have. You know.
Yeah. I think all creatives are pretty much the same because before I started doing this, I was talking Jackie, that's my wife. I was running the idea of a podcast by her for like years. Oh, I should do it. I should do it. I should do it. You know, and eventually just one day I did it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And but
that's it's like cleaning a room, dude. It's like cleaning a fucking room. I hate cleaning in theory.
right.
But once I start cleaning, it's therapeutic. Once I get going, I'm like a fucking psycho about it. I'm fucking wiping every ounce of dust off. I'm cleaning the walls. I'm vacuuming. I'm reorganizing. I get real into it, and it's therapeutic. But thinking about getting started, it'll take me 2.5 fucking weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, maybe tomorrow. Nah, maybe tomorrow. You know, it's the same thing.
I literally am the same way. I've been looking at my car and my closet the same way for like the last month.
Right.
Like,
this room,
one of these days.
This is a basement, like where I built my little studio at.
Right.
And I have to rearrange it, right? Like, because, you know, I got a bunch of shit. I was moving stuff in and out, getting rid of some stuff. I had a dumpster here in the summer that I was unloading old shit, just, you know, making room in the house. And I got a futon in the garage that I got to put down here. And in reality, everything I got to do down here, it'll probably take me 2-3 hours just getting everything situated, set up. But I just won't do it. I just won't fucking do it. Like, I'm looking at the same pile of boxes here with old toys, and I'm looking at the same pile of shit on the table there, and it's just been sitting there getting dustier, you know.
Yes, I know.
Just getting dustier. Every time I come down to do it, I'm like, let me just sit down here for a minute and fuck around on the computer with the music. Let me just fucking have this beer or something, you know, like, let me just smoke this bowl and fucking chill for a minute. Next thing you know, you're fucking 13 beers deep, and you're like, yeah, I'm not fucking cleaning this place up, you know? It's not going to work out. Kind of like tonight. I was planning on fucking working on music. It's definitely not going to happen now. No doubt about it. It's fun, though.
I just had to mute the mic because now this guy's going crazy.
Oh, the dog?
Yeah. Like, this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you got a best friend for life.
Oh, I love him. Love him to death.
Yeah, he's probably your best friend in the house. He's got your back more than anybody there.
He definitely, like, you know, he tolerates my shit more than anybody else in the house. That's for sure.
That's right. You could call him a complete piece of shit. He'll come over to you. Yeah,
come here.
Right. I am. I like it. Come here. Treat you right. That's it.
Listen, I'm not going to keep you all night. 2 reasons. People have ADD and they don't tune in for that long.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I know
It's
how
the
that goes.
ADD era. If you don't put out 1,000 songs, people aren't going to follow you. You know what I mean? They need a new
Yeah.
song every week.
Excuse me. That's why I go online and just talk shit drunk, because that seems to keep them around while I procrastinate my music career. You know what I'm saying? They seem to be entertained with it. So I'm
Right.
just like, all right, if I could keep this drunk fucking shit talk thing going, I'll be all right for a little while, so I could delay my music. Good shit.
Absolutely. But before we get out of here, is there anything you want to ask me? Because I've been just shooting the shit with you the whole night.
Um, I don't know. Not really. No. When did you get a man bun?
Bro, listen.
That's what I'd like to
COVID,
know.
COVID started.
That looks pretty sharp though, right there. Look at that.
COVID started, and this shit went nuts, bro. I couldn't get a haircut.
I went through it too. I was like letting it go, right? And then I tried to give myself a haircut, right? It was because I haven't grown my hair out, like had hair since the fucking late 90s, you know, back when we all had hair. But my hair is
Right.
pin straight. So when I grow it out, you know, usually I buzz it off. I give myself a Caesar. And
Right.
fucking when I'm growing it out and it hits the in-between stage, it stands straight up like I have spiked hair in 6th grade, right? So it was getting like that, and it was just bushy on the side. So I'm like, all right, let me shave the sides and shit. And fucking I start doing it, I'm doing it. And dude, I ended up with the Nazi Richard Spencer haircut by the end of me cutting my own fucking hair, because I don't really know how to cut my hair, bro. So it basically ended up shaved with this bottle cap fucking on top. I looked ridiculous, so it had to come off. I was like, it's got to go. That's happened about 3 times already. Every time I try to cut my own hair, it turns into the same terrible haircut. I'm like, holy fuck, I do look like a white supremacist. Who fucking knew? What the fuck? And then
There
I
you
shave it
have
into
it.
a mohawk for myself to see what I look like, and then it comes off.
Yeah, this sideshow Bob shit that I got going on is different. It just does what it wants.
That's how my son's hair goes. You get the same hair as my son. It's curly as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking off. That looks like his hair when he was in fucking preschool before he got a haircut. That's how it was. It was just booyah. It was crazy.
And I think I'm attached to it now. I think, you know, I may need to trim it up a little bit or something, but
well, it's becoming part of your fucking, it's becoming part of your mojo, you know?
Yeah, I'm like Samson.
You know it. You know it. Yeah, you chop it off. You won't be as cool. You won't have as many friends. You'll start noticing your friend count goes down. You won't get as many comments. It'll be crazy.
Ridiculous. Listen, my brother, I appreciate you to the utmost. You already know that. All you guys that are out there. You ever need anything? I'm one call away.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for everybody who came in and fucking had comments. Appreciate that. Appreciate the feedback.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, listen, if you ain't do nothing tonight, I'm glad you tuned in to hear me and Diabolic talk some shit. We had a blast doing it. And that's it for tonight, Bog. Anything? Hey, where can people find you real fast before we go?
Probably best thing I'm most active on is Instagram, generally. Diabolic Hip Hop. I got kicked off Twitter years ago for being mouthy, so I'm not on there. Or Facebook, like my personal Facebook, Sean Diabolic George, or I got the fan page, the Diabolic fan shit, which I do use, but I haven't been lately.
Right.
I haven't been really tapping into that, but I can't do much on Facebook this week because those little fucks suspended me. They said I'm naughty, you know? What can I do? I'm on the naughty list for a week. What are you going to do? This getting punished at 42 years old for saying bad words is getting a little tired, I got to say. This getting slapped on the wrist by Mark Zuckerberg is getting a little old. It's getting a little old, I got to say. I miss when you could just fucking talk shit on the internet. I'm like, just let it go. Let it fly, man. You're better off.
I don't do politics at all on my show.
Thank God.
Oh, my God. And I was gonna ask you a question, but I'm not going to because I do not want to rile anybody up. We're just gonna leave it at that.
You can ask me. Probably not gonna rile them up. Who cares?
How you feel about what happened Wednesday?
What, the Capitol?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a good scene, man. I don't think political violence generally is a productive thing in the modern day.
Right.
And I know people like to say, they'll make parallels to 1776. What about the revolution? That's not a revolution. That's people getting pissed off and overreacting and doing stupid shit. But on the same note, I do think there was some provocateurs there because there were some leftist professional activists arrested as well. But then, it always brings out the fucking real winners, Yeah, I don't know what it is. The guys with the t-shirts that don't like Jews. It's what the fuck was it? It's like M or 6M NE, I think, or some shit, which means like 6 million wasn't enough, or 6MW. I don't know what it is. Where they blame the Jews for everything.
Right.
And then you got the general fucking retards who just follow the mob, and dude, like say you do agree that the election was tampered with, right? Which dude, I watched the election. I don't know if it was rigged, because who fucking knows, but it definitely was fishy. But that doesn't entitle you to go do dumb shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You go through the motions, you go through the courts, you do what you got to do. If it don't work out, it don't work out. You can appeal all you want. Sometimes you're getting locked the fuck up. It's over. It's over. The fight's over. It is what it is. On the same note, I do understand the right-leaning people feeling slighted these days. I do understand it, because they do get dragged through the fucking dirt on social media, and the rules are kind of set up not to work for them, which could make you feel like you're being a little bit shunned by the world, which sucks, considering we did just sit through a fucking year of mayhem. And I understand that a lot of people agree with the premise of what was going on this year, with the message behind it. But again, that doesn't necessarily entitle you to burn down the motherfucking world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we did watch that. So while I don't agree with really any of it across the board, because you got a lot of communists running around. I don't really like commies, because they're fucking silly. There's a lot of hypocrisy flying around. There's a lot of people virtue signaling on the internet about their outrage, and I'm just like, man, the fuck up. It is what it is. Some bad shit happened. If you were stupid enough to go down there and be involved in it, you're gonna fucking pay the piper, believe me, because the FBI got your fucking picture right now. You're fucking toast. And if that side of things is what you believe in, and that was a movement you were trying to be a part of, you just fucking shot the movement down 10 fucking steps. You just walked 10 steps backwards and fucked your whole shit up. Right. And it's fucking stupid. But with all that said, the government, and particularly the Democrat side of things right now, because they like this shit in the modern day, never wastes an opportunity to politicize something. And I think people need to be very wary of censorship, because if they can censor, like Donald Trump or not, he's the sitting president of the United States. And if they can censor the sitting president of the United States, your rights are very flimsy right now, and they're about to go out the fucking window. Because if you don't think that they're going to fucking push some sort of legislation to limit your rights on account of what a few people did, you're fucking crazy. Because they will. They do it every time. They did it after 9/11. They do it after every fucking crisis. They try to push gun control through when you didn't do shit. And that's something I'm always aware of with these people, because they don't give a fuck about you. None of them. Not a single fucking one knows who you are. You're a number, or you're a vote, or you're whatever. You're not a constituent. You're not somebody they're trying to save. So the rampant censorship right now that's being accepted by people worries me more than all of it. Honestly, it does worry me a little bit, but it is what it is. I'm not going to pretend I give a fuck about what happened either at the Capitol. I'm not going to pretend I do. I don't. I didn't care when they burnt down Minneapolis. I thought it was a little fucked up. I'm like, whoa, it's getting crazy, huh? Didn't care though, you know. Didn't care when they took over the fucking courthouse in Portland for 90 days or when they did Chaz. I had jokes. I have opinions on it, but I couldn't care less. So when they ran up in the Capitol, I was like, well, another day, another dollar, you know. Gives a fuck when it all comes down to it, you know.
Here we are.
Yeah, because you and I both well fucking know we ain't going to be running up in there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking going down there for none of it. I don't care how much I agree with the cause. Bunch of fucking strangers are like, come down and protest with us. We want to get this shit popping. I'm like, hell motherfucking no. Because if you think I don't trust the government, you should step inside my head for 5 minutes and see how I think of the people. I don't trust the government. I don't trust people way less than the fucking government. At least I know what the government's up to. People are fucking crazy what they're willing to do.
Absolutely.
But that's my take on that. It's not too
offensive. My brother, I appreciate you. For all those that tuned in, we appreciate you. And with that, we're fucking out of here. It's Spittin with Spitter, man. Have a good night. Diabolic, my guy. We will see you soon. Peace. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I need